Alright, the last voting method I wanted to go over was Huntington-Hill method. It is the one that is currently used to um, assign how many seats that you vote for the House representatives. So the larger your state population, the more House representatives you have, is filled out by Huntington-Hill method. So here we have 20 seats that we're looking for, and the population is 4,800. So the standard divisor comes out the exact same thing. You take your 4,800 total population and you divide by 20. So that would give you 240. Alright, and you try 240 first before you try modifying your divisor. If we're lucky, 240 works. So we take every number that we see, 1,500, or population of each region, and divide it by our standard divisor of 240. The first one's going to give us 6.25. These should be nice decimals. 1,000 divided by 240 is, that's not so nice, 4.167. 1,100 divided by 220, 240 is 4.583. 4.583. 500 divided by 240 is 2.803. 083, I'm sorry, 083. And 700 divided by 240 is 2.917. Now, unlike the other methods where you're just rounding to get to your sum of your apportionment, this one requires what's called the geometric mean. Now, the geometric mean, we'll just call it GM for short, literally is like if you're doing the geometric mean between 7 and 10, it's equal to the square root of 7 times 10, which is the square root of 70, which is approximately, on a calculator, 8.36, 8.37. Oops, what the heck is that? 8.37. So basically it gives you a number somewhere between 10 and 7, and it's called the geometric mean. So what the Huntington-Hill method does is it rounds down all of these quotas. So you'd get 6, 4, 4, 2, 2. And instead of, well, let's see what happens. That's 10. That would be 14, 15, 16. That would only give us 18. So that's not enough. So they calculate out the geometric mean based on these numbers. So this first one, if the rounded answer is 6, the geometric mean would be 6, 7. So you'd be looking for the square root of 6 times 7. It'll always be the number you're looking at, and then the next one would be plus 1. So this would be the square root of 42. The square root of 42 is approximately 6.481. 6.481. So that would go here, 6.481. Alright, then this method works this way. If the quota over here is larger decimally, or actually just larger than the number that's over here, you go back to the quota and you round it up, so that becomes 7. So let's figure out the rest of these. This one would be the square root of 4 times 5. This one would be the square root of 2 times 1. If there was ever a 0 in here, it would be the square root of 0 times 1, which is just, well, 1. Alright, so let's see, 4 times 5, that would be the square root of 20, and that's 4.472. So when you look at this number, it's not bigger than that number. Ooh, what am I doing? I screwed up there. Eraser. It's not bigger. Get rid of that. This number is not bigger than that number, so we just get 6. This number, 4.167, is not bigger than this number, so we just get 4. Alright, this is also 4.472. This number is bigger than that number, so that rounded number goes up by 1, 5, because you're going to round this upwards now. 2, that would be 2 times 3, that's the square root of 6. That's 2.449. 2.449. And that'll be the last two. 2.449. Now, this number is definitely not bigger than that one, so we're just going to get a 2 out of that. This number is bigger than that one. By the way, it's greater than or equal to. You go up, so this would be 3. Now, when we add these numbers together, we're hoping that it comes out to be that 20 that were required. So see, that's 10, that's a grand total of 20. So your apportionment on this group would literally be 6 for region 1, 4 for region 2, 5 for 3, 2 for 4, and 3 representatives for the 5th group. Now, if you have to, remember when you're doing the modified divisor, a lot of things are going to change with Huntington Hill. Your quotas are going to change, your rounded numbers are going to change, your geometric mean could possibly change. So you have to be careful. Like if this rounded up to 5, this geometric mean is going to change completely. So hopefully with Huntington Hill you don't have to do the modified divisor, but the same trick works. If this turned out to be 22, you would choose a number that is bigger to make this number smaller. If this was 18, you would pick a smaller number than 240 to make this number bigger. Alright, that's voting in the United States.